here on the roof checking out the sunset and having my daily conversations. Look at this sunset. The sky is beautiful. The sun is tucked away back there behind the clouds. But isn't that gorgeous? So interesting what the sky is doing right now. Just so unusual. This place is unusual. Jamaica is an unusual place. You see, look at that. Now let's go inside of that cloud there. Gosh, look at that. That's some rain there. And then that's sort of like a little funnel. And then that's sort of like a plume of heat or something. So interesting. Gorgeous. Interesting. And gorgeous. Let's see. Can I get that in the background while I talk with you? Let's see. It's weird. All right, well, I'm going to do my best here on the live, you guys. So, living here, what it's really like to live here. Well, today was one of those days when I was feeling a little lonely. You know, there are some days when I'm really missing home, when I'm missing my family and my friends and my way of life in the States, it's completely different. And yeah, so today was one of those days when I was really, really missing um, just being able to, to get in my car or on my bike and drive over to a relative's house and just pull up and, start visiting. Just pull up, start visiting, go open the refrigerator, sit down, have a meal and a drink, with a relative kind of day. I felt like that, but I couldn't do it because I don't have my family here to do that with. Sometimes I want to discuss things with my family members that I really trust to give me good advice on the moves that I'm making in my life. Sometimes it's good to have a second opinion or a third opinion, about what you're doing in life. And, to get some advice from a trusted friend or family member. I can't do that here because I have not really formed like deep and um, I don't know, trusting relationships that I feel I can really, depend on. This is a beautiful sunset in the background, you guys. Let me just show you. So I'm talking about what it's like to really live here in Jamaica. It can be pretty lonely, except for this beautiful sky. Every evening at sunset, I come out to look at the show, the sky show. And the sky never fails, the weather never fails to just entertain me and show me some beauty and make me feel comfortable. Even though I live here without my family and friends, the sky keeps me company. I mean, look at it. It is just gorgeous. What is it doing? You got some rain clouds here. You got the sun back there hiding behind those clouds. And look at that. It's just amazing. And everything moves circular. Sorry about that, you guys. So everything moves pretty circular around here, and the way the clouds move in that circular pattern is always so interesting. So I hope you're enjoying the sky. But what it's really like to live here, it gets a little mundane. I mean, I'm in Negril, Jamaica, and Negril, Jamaica is a pretty active place. It's a busy place, a lot of different things to do. But it's not a big place. It's not San Francisco, California, where I'm from. It's not Oakland, California. It's not the Bay Area, you know. But it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. and the people are great, but it's not home. It's not where my family is. I can't just get in my car and pull up to my mom's house or my grandma's house and have a meal, go open the refrigerator door and sit and talk with my mom for hours like I used to. I can't do that anymore. So it gets a little lonely, in that respect. The routine of getting up to a beautiful sunrise is great. Being a retiree means that, my days are open, but I have to fill my days up with things to do. And it's really not that much to do, to be honest, here. If you're not involved in, like, the tourism industry here in Negril, you know, that's what the grill is all about. There are a lot of taxi drivers who, enjoy taking people around and showing them the sights in Jamaica. And it sounds like a fun job and everything, but that's not something I want to do, especially not in my retirement, you know? And so I'm not into that. I'm not into, eating and just going out and just eating and just eating and just eating. you know, Try to maintain my good weight. My fitness is important, my diet and all of that stuff. So, but I do like shopping for fresh fruits and vegetables. That's something that I do a lot of, that I enjoy. And then I like to, prepare meals with those fresh fruits and vegetables. But then that gets a little boring. Um, I'm not into the nightlife that much. Um, I'm going to be in a fashion show. I love fashion, so I'm going to be in a fashion show December 5th at the Kaiser Hotel, which is down that our main road. It's further up on the cliffs. It's a really pretty view over there at the hotel, the Kaiser Hotel, where this fashion show is going to be. So I'm looking forward to that, but that's not until December. Um, I mean, there's just really not that much to do in Jamaica if you, outside of going to the beach. I go to the beach 3 times a week at least, and I walk, get my exercise in at the beach. And the beach is beautiful. But sometimes, I want to go to a movie. Sometimes I want to go sit in a cinema house and watch a movie. Sometimes I want to go roller skating. And I can't roller skate here in Jamaica because they don't have roller skating rinks. Um, I used to be able to go and hang out in like Walmart and, shop for, good shower gel and shop for some, new toothpaste or, go buy some picture frames and put some pictures in some frames or uh, go to a new restaurant and try a new meal. It's too expensive to do that here. So, just going to restaurants and trying new meals and going to a supermarket and buying new products. Everything has to be exported here or imported. I'm sorry, exported imports. And so it gets a little expensive. The sky is changing. Let me show you now. Yeah, it gets a little expensive to shop here in Jamaica. So that's not something I can do and enjoy anymore because it's a little pricey. Um, so that cuts out shopping for me. And then, listening to live music Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, that gets old at Roots Bamboo because they pretty much repeat, excuse me, Yeah, they repeat the music shows. The performances are repeated for the tourist. And if you live here, if you've seen one show in August, you don't need to see any more shows. Ooh, look, that's pretty. Because for the month of August, they're going to be repeating, the same shows. Hello, everybody. Hello, Griselda. Hello, Sesitu. Sesitu. Volafu. Sesifu Volafu. Hello. And hello, Griselda. Thank you guys for joining me. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, okay? I'm telling the truth about Jamaica and how it's been going for me now that I live here. So I left San Francisco 2 years ago to come here and live permanently. And since doing that, things have been cool. I've become a resident here, a permanent resident of Jamaica. So I don't worry about my immigration status anymore, which I was. And what else? I just took the Jamaican real estate exam for salesperson. I just took that test. I'm waiting for the results. I hope I pass it so that maybe I can get into just, you know, selling real estate. That should keep me busy. That should help me make a little extra money. And, then I can start building my home, which is going to be right over there. Right over there. Yeah, I have some land over there, and I'm starting the build, but I have to go slowly because, you know, I only have so much to work with this year. Next year things are going to change once I start to collect my Social Security. I will then apply my Social Security payments to my real estate investments, and my real estate investments will pay me back because I'm going to build, you know, so that I can have folks come and stay. Pay to stay, of course, not just stay. So, yeah, that's how I'm investing my Social Security. And if you are, oh, look at the cute doggies. If you are retiring soon and you're moving to another country like me, you want to consider investing your Social Security in real estate where you're at, or there's a stock market here in Jamaica, and you can invest in the stock market here. I don't know about any place else, but yeah, a few ways to increase your income while you're retired. Yeah, consider real estate. Yeah, seriously consider real estate. It's a quick, fast, and easy way to really, really turn up to compound your investments. All right? So consider that. Yeah, consider investing in real estate. Some of my friends are going to Portugal. I don't know what investing in Portugal is like. I can imagine it's a lot investing in Jamaica. So the live is about what it's really like to live in Jamaica. Okay. And I was just talking about, the loneliness that pops up from time to time. You don't, just go around feeling lonely, missing home, being an expat, and I don't have family here. Um, and I keep myself busy, but the loneliness pops up when you least expect it. You could just be, out shopping and you see someone that looks like a family member. or that walks or talks like a favorite family member. And I miss home desperately. I miss my family so much. It's not enough, though, to make me move back to the United States. Um, and so I just suck it up. And then, I try to think about something else because if I think about my family and how much I miss them, of course, the depression and the anxiety starts to set in for me. So I won't be doing that. I won't be spending my time thinking too much about how much I miss my sons and how much I miss my grandson. Um, so living in another country when you're moving away like this, just expect bouts of loneliness. Even though it's beautiful and great to be on the beach, walking on the beach, and in the beautiful weather and nice temperatures and great music and beautiful men and you know things to do that are very Jamaican, like going to a waterfall or going to the river or taking a ride on my scooter. I can do all of those things, but nothing beats time spent with my family, just sitting around the television, talking and laughing together, having a meal with each other. The loneliness, yeah, is real. Um, okay, so imagine you're feeling lonely on a particular day and you have to go out and do some shopping. So you go out, you do your shopping, and then some Jamaican man in line at the supermarket decides that he's just going to walk in front of you and throw his items on the conveyor belt at the supermarket without considering that you were in line ahead of him. Because that's what they do. Very rude. Not all of them, but some of them. What is this little goat doing in the backyard? Wow, wow, wow. What'd you say? I gotta let my landlord know. Hold on, let me show you. There's a little goat in our backyard. And he's just sitting there, just chilling, minding his business. But the goats around here, around my apartment complex, they love to eat, they love to eat all of our plant life. Like look at our beautiful plants that we have. These goats come back here and they just tear some shit up. But look at this little fella. Oh, really? Oh, really? You just hanging out by the washer and dryer in the backyard. And how'd you get back here? You got trapped and you didn't know what to do, and so you just decided to stay, right? Oh my goodness. There's an open field back behind our apartment complex where he probably came, or she came in. So I'm going to let my landlord know because God knows he does not want the ghosts around eating all of this beautiful greenery and all of these beautiful plants that he takes his time every day to cultivate and nurture and take care of, okay? So I need to let him know he's got a visitor. It's beautiful out here. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. We put sand there for our little resident kittens and cat. Yeah, because hush up, 11. That's our little doggy, just yipping and yapping. I hope you guys are all doing well. Please subscribe while you're here. I need 1,000 subscribers so that I can monetize. And monetization for me would really mean a lot. When I'm telling these stories about Jamaica, I'm really being honest and forthcoming, but I want to monetize so that I can supplement my income. It's not easy living here, and monetization would really help. So I just want to make sure you guys subscribe and hit the subscribe button. Barry, do you know you have a little visitor in the backyard?
Yeah.
Where did it come from? The little goat?
Yeah. He got a cut on his leg. So,
Oh. Oh, he's injured.
he's injured. So I'm trying to get him better.
Oh, see, I have a wonderful landlord. Not only does he care about the residents, but he cares about the little goats that hurt their legs. As my live stream friends.
Oh,
Showing off this beautiful place
yeah.
and letting them know that they can come here. You can come here if you're a real close friend of mine. I have a special rate for you. But he has a beautiful campus of apartments. And this is our garden here that I'm in. We have a great bar. He's hanging out at the bar, so I'm going to leave him alone. But yeah, the little goat back there is injured, and so he's taken care of. That's sweet. That's what it's all about here in Jamaica. People helping people helping goats, people, you know, living living their best lives. So let me take you guys on a little walk. All right, I'll take you on a little walk down the little lane here. I'll take you for a walk on a Jamaican lane. So it can get a little lonely, but you have to build your community. Make friends wherever you can, but be cautious when you're making friends here in Jamaica because it is still a real hustle culture here. Thank you for the thumbs up, by the way, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me, Deke, Jody, and let's see, who else is here? Cecitu and Griselda. Thank you all for joining me. Please subscribe, okay? Make sure you subscribe and support me. Um, your friendship matters, as I was saying earlier. It gets a little lonely, living in another country when you're moving away. You know, it can feel very isolating and it can feel a little depressing at times, but you have to find a way to entertain yourself, to keep yourself busy. Make sure you have Netflix so you can watch some movies, if there's absolutely nothing else to do. Um, so I'm on the lane. I'm on our driveway here, and I'm just gonna take a little short walk down the lane this evening. Oh, actually, I gotta go back and check out my pasta. Let me just show you really quickly. I'll show you the lane here. A typical Jamaican lane. Well, we have a stop sign at our apartment complex. You're not going to see stop signs much in Jamaica. So that lane there goes all the way down to West End Road. And West End Road is the main road that takes you to Rick's Cafe, the world famous Rick's Cafe, the Rock House Hotel. Um, I mean, just look at all of the traffic. Just count the number of cars going up and down on West End Road. That's how busy it is. Um, so there's a lot to do outside, but it is very touristy. It's, tourism type stuff. And so if you're living here and you're living like a local, you're not going to these hotels and resorts and getting services and having these expensive meals and stuff. It is very expensive to vacation here. It's expensive to live here. If you don't know how to manage your money, gotta manage your money. So I'm on my way back to get my pasta. But um, once that vacation lifestyle ends and your local real life begins, that's when the challenges start. And it's like starting all over again. I mean, all of the things that I used to do to entertain myself and keep myself happy, I can't do now. I have to find new ways to keep myself happy, keep myself busy, to make friends, to use my patience at the bank or at the supermarket when someone's just jumping in front of you in line, or when men are being rude and disrespectful to women, because it is a part of culture and tradition to separate um, women from men in the way that some Muslim societies do it. I mean, it can be that extreme. But on the other hand, Jamaica is progressive, if I could say that, for some people. So it's a really strange place to live. It's like having one foot in the old colonial world and having your other foot in the new world. So just know that I'm going to go and have my pasta now. Thank you for the time. It's been 26 minutes. I appreciate it. Let me just give you a full 30 minutes. I'm going to sit you here on my veranda and let you enjoy the sounds and the sights here on my veranda, okay? Love you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for sitting here with me and being a friend here on YouTube. Thank you so much. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So, let's see. I gotta get something else to balance. Okay. All right. Thanks for joining me. Please subscribe, everybody.